Hey, what's going on, guys? Got another gameplay for you, and as I hinted in my last commentary that I did, I figured I would do like a little tip series to kind of help those who are interested in become good at running and gunning in hardcore pubs, and try to, I don't know, share my wisdom. I don't know, however you want to put it. I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant, just trying to help out the ones that are interested in becoming good at it. And keep in mind, I'm only talking about pubs. I'm not talking about anything competitive. So all you want to be pros out there, sparing me all the shit. Now, some of the only reasons why I'm wanting to do it is because, I constantly get accused of hacking and cheating. I'm going to get reported. My friend works for Xbox, or my friend's parents work for Microsoft. They're going to ban me, blah, 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 shit like that. So, it's funny, but at the same time it gets old. Like, for instance, this gameplay that you're watching, it's nothing fancy. I went like 37-10 against this clan, and I figured I would start the series off on this because they got so mad and they were trying so hard, and of course afterwards I beat them. They're all like, oh, he has a modded controller and all he has to do is press these buttons and it does everything for him, blah blah blah. Like, the shit people come up with whenever they lose and they get embarrassed by one person, or whenever they lose to one person, it's hilarious. But there's a bunch of different factors that play into it. I believe there's like a top 5 things that you really need to be good at. But of course, some of you might be like, oh, what do you play on, bro? Do you play on a HD TV or a BenQ? Do you use gunners? All this other nerdy shit, whatever they see on Twitch and YouTube and the pros using and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, having a HD TV or some fancy ass gaming monitor with a high refresh rate, I mean, yeah, it's going to make shit clear, it's going to look nice, but if you don't have the vision to begin with, because you can't just buy something and just magically you're going to have like eagle vision and shit. Like, you need to have it before you even buy all the equipment, you know what I mean? And like I was saying, to me, I think there's a top 5 deals that play into it. The first one, I believe, that you need is to have good vision, because otherwise, you can run around for days on these maps, but if you don't see this shit, you're gonna get fucking smacked. You're gonna get pissed off, break your game, and that's that. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's important to be able to see what's directly in front of you. But you don't want to create a bad habit of having tunnel vision, because when you do that, you're just going to be like most of these fucking rams that sit in the corner and they're aiming down sights and they're only looking directly what's in front of them. You have no idea how many times I ran by a random on my team sitting in the corner, and next thing you know, I got shot in the back when he ran directly in front of the fucking random, but he didn't see him because he had tunnel vision. He was just aiming down his sights. He didn't want to fucking look left or right. Like, that is so frustrating. You don't want to create that bad habit. And then on top of that, you don't want to be able to start blurring out all the shit around you, because it's important to have good peripheral vision, because you have no idea how many times I've turned on people because I see them at the last second corner of my eye, and they're like, oh, how in the fuck did he see me? Like, because I play on like a 14 sensitivity or whatever, so I'm constantly checking my corners and back and forth, spinning around and shit. So sometimes I don't see them the first time around, or on this game with the ghillie suits and all the shadows and on the maps and shit, like, it's so camp friendly. Like, sometimes I don't see them the first time either, and sometimes they want to be all sneaky with the ninja shit like they see on YouTube and try to put an IMS behind you and all that shit, trying to be funny, so the first time around you might not see them, you might catch their foot the second time around. So it's really important to have good peripheral vision. And then on top of that, like, you have to be able to determine if they're on a head glitch or not. Now, I know sometimes on some of these maps, like for instance on Sovereign, like on Yellow Catwalk, they got that long ass computer desk, like they got the monitors and the boxes of files and shit up there. It is hard to determine if that's an actual person on the head glitch or not. And sometimes I do, I don't even think about it and I just ignore it because I don't think it's a person, and next thing you know it is. So even if you think it's a person and it's not, fucking shoot it anyways. Who cares? Just make sure just to make yourself feel better. And then also determining what perks you run, because most of the time I sacrifice sit rep, but lately I've been using it more. But for those of you that do use it, call out the IEDs and the kill streaks, because not only does it help you, it helps your team know what side of the map they're on, if they're camping a building or they're camping a half of a map, where their kill streaks are at, shit like that. Like, sometimes I play with people, randoms and shit, and they don't see, or they don't call it out even though they see it on the server. I'm like, oh, my bad, bro, I didn't call it out. Like, fuck out of here, like, it's a team oriented thing. Like, it plays a huge factor, so. And also, whenever you see like the support kill streaks, like the ammo crates and vests like that, knife them. Like, people don't realize, like, they only think like knifing a radar goes towards your next kill streak. People don't realize when you knife an ammo crate, it count towards your next kill streak. So that's another important reason why they run set rep. And then of course, whenever you see people on the fucking Oracle, call them out, because sometimes whenever the Oracle goes off for you, it doesn't go off for your other teammates and shit. And probably the best thing about the Oracle to me is whenever I see someone smashing a corner with a thumb up their ass and you wall bang them, it's like they're screaming bloody murder. Like, what the fuck? How did he see me? He's hacking, dude. There's no way he knew I was there. Shit like that. Like, I don't know. This shit's hilarious. And then, it's just little things like that will play a huge factor in your overall vision of the game. So, yeah, guys. I mean, as you see, this gameplay is coming to an end. Hopefully, this did make some sense and was helpful in some way. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if it did, and if I should continue doing this series or not. And, yeah, guys. Just let me know. Until next time. Peace.